is what our men and women in DeKalb County and relatively throughout the United States, was that maybe 5 minutes? 5 minutes in, once we put an actual better fuel source inside that room, so by the time that someone calls or discovers the fire, to the time the first unit arrives on scene, that's the kind of scenario that majority of the fire service will find or respond to. Now you also have it spreading across the room. Pretty soon, the furniture over here to the right hand side, which is our dining room, will meet its ignition temperature, and the entire room should flash on that side. And because look at the intensity of the fire coming out of this window. All right, you see it's already burning up the side. It looks like we already got heat on the second floor, well before that spot burned up.
Notice the different color of the smoke too. Right?
Yes.
First it was the foam that was burning, and now we got some wood burning too.
Yeah, absolutely. Just let me know when you want to go ahead and put it out. Or we get to a point where you hear the crackling of the glass. You can see the window on the left has a crack line going all the way from left to right. Now we have pretty much full remote. Can you feel the intensity of the heat? Mm-hmm. And that's just from this.
Look at the difference in left and right sides too. That's just kind of crazy.
And even on a real life scenario or a real life situation, that's still the same characteristics of what the flame looks like on a full single family dwelling. Look at how your second floor is completely involved now. The floor has collapsed.
The floor is collapsing, yeah, that's great. Excellent. So the window just broke on this side.
Sit back just a little bit. We don't want your
Safety first.
we don't want your cameras to get melted. Now this, even in a live scenario situation, the driver or the person operating the fire apparatus, whether it's the fire engine or the ladder truck, still has to kind of gauge where they want to park that truck for firefighting purposes. You can see where the roof is collapsed on the left-hand side. Yeah, if you stand over there, you can see where it's collapsed.
Great. Nice view.
Now, you as the assigned investigator, once this fire is put out, where are you going to start?
Places most burned.
Yes. What are going to be your strongest keys to point you that something was humanly involved?
Multiple points of origin.
Witness interviews, samples that may or may not be collected. If you didn't collect any samples, why didn't you collect samples? Now you have roof collapse on the right-hand side.
And now the wind has changed, so that's going to affect things
Yes.
also.
You're about?
Can we put it out at this point?
Absolutely. Oh, great. The pressure ran out. We'll have to do it old school with it. Save the building. Come on.
That's perfect. Oh, that's excellent.
Oh yeah, you get a lot of opportunities to finger on your feet out on a real life scenario.
That's excellent.
Well, that's another scenario that you actually have to practice when you're at least a driver engineer. You got to come up with a worst case scenario. If you can't get water out of your truck onto the fire, or if there's some sort of reason why the second or third truck may have a problem pumping.
That right there was a wardrobe.
Okay, and that was on the top floor?
Yes.
Okay. So that's another issue that this really shows, that when you have ceilings collapse, you then have debris on top of other debris, which means it's really hard to figure out what happened. Do you see the windows?
Yep.
The way they caved in?
It curled as well, yeah.